and the backstory behind that was my auntie. So my auntie, she was a very stylish lady. Like, she always wanted me to do her makeup, her hair, her nails. Like, she was always on it. Whenever I started something new, she was the first person to be like, okay, I need you to do this for me, you know? And I used to do her henna and all that.
It ain't that I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. I made a few plays off a flip, now I'm on top. I'm Southside Chief, homie. Yeah. What you know about it? Lake Street legend CEO, not the co-founder. What you wanna know about me? I'm so churched up. I'm the last man standing, but I went first up. Most hated, they don't say it when I roll up. The things that people say about me, they don't say close up. Check it. I ain't been to the booth in a minute. Niggas hate the fact that I'm winning.
I'm on Lake Street, yo. When you poppin' in Minnesota, you gotta go check it out. Facts, okay? We gonna be on that joint
live on motherfucking Lake Street, man. Yeah, different.
I don't know how to say it. Say it. Say it.
We here live on Lake Street. It's the Mr. Peter Parker Show, one time for Southside Chief, and today a special guest in the studio. She's a local host, a nail tech, all-around hustler, St. Paul native. A round of applause for Champagne, ladies and gentlemen. She here.
Thank you.
I met you at Gold Room, and you were hosting. You said, can I have the microphone? I said, to do what with? And she said, oh, I'm a host. But you're small, like Lola Brooks small, like little petite, like the bottle of water could be taller. And so I'm like, nah, she here. But big personality, welcome to the program.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. So you've been out on the scene doing the hosting for like maybe a year or so, a little year and a half out here.
Yeah.
How you like what you're doing?
I love it, actually. It's a very good experience. It has its downfalls, of course, especially being in Minnesota. But otherwise, I could say the experience itself was wonderful.
Okay, let's get into it. What do you think, being like a party host, right, in Minnesota, in Minneapolis area specifically, what are some of the challenges you're facing? Because I know I can see it, but I want you to say it. What do you think is the harder part of this?
The harder part is dealing with people that try to finesse. Like, you get some people that's like, hey, you could be a host, but I'm not paying you. You're not getting no benefits out of this. And it's like, dude, I've built a name for myself over this time. I worked so hard for it. I need some money out of this. I need something, a benefit. You know what I mean? And people try to play in my face like that, and I don't like that when my money's being played with or anything like that, because I'm a businesswoman at the end of the day.
Shaky, like flaky business.
Yeah, because they see a really pretty petite little woman, they're just like, oh, okay, we could just run over her. And it's like, I don't play that.
No, you're strong. I saw you right away.
Yeah.
You're tough. And I took you seriously right away when I met you. Your energy is like, I'm taking this person seriously. Were you able to build some of this clientele for the hosting through some of your other hustles and things? How were you able to build your network? All right, so one time for the homie Jeremy Eggert. We're taking a quick break to talk about his website, Artwork by Jeremy. I know you've been really selling yourself short on the graphic design tip. We need to step up the website. We need to step up the flyers. My man has international clients. He can do all of this for you. He can make your content look fantastic, thumbnails, anything for the gram. He got you covered, okay? Stop selling yourself short. Step your life up and tap in real quick with artworkbyjeremy.com.
Peter Parker!
How were you able to build your network?
No, it's just like talking to big people, as I'm getting to the hosting and stuff, I make a name for myself. I introduce myself as well.
Okay, yeah.
Because like when I see, big bosses, I come off as, hi, nice to meet you. I'm one of the hosts, or, I'm very friendly. I greet myself, and they're like, oh yeah, she's cool. Like, she's down to earth. Right. She's humble. She's not like one of them bougie girls that just be like, I'm not.
No, you're not too lit either. Like you're in control.
I can handle the liquor when I'm out, so it's like, networking in that way, it helped a lot.
Do you like being on the mic at the party?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Sometimes I be forgetting what to say, like, what do I say on here? But then I just kind of go off by the bottle girls or what the vibe is, the song specifically.
I'm gonna tell you, I've hosted parties for a very long time, and the worst part is like, this has happened to me, and I'm gonna laugh. I've never said this out loud. When you be hosting, and you know this, and you're just kind of saying things, and you're going along with the lyrics, and you're doing it just kind of like autopilot. Yeah. And then sometimes some shit come out. I don't know what the fuck I just said. I said some wild something. I said a wrong word, or like I'll be just like, because I'm on autopilot. I'm just like, yeah, okay, you know what it is, and then you just be like, speaking gibberish on the fucking, I'd be like, no, hope no one caught that. I was like, oh my God, I'm not even paying attention anymore. Like, no, it's a challenge to be in a party on a microphone for an extended period of time with a lot of people around you trying to control the environment. So kudos to you. I say that because I've seen you out there working. I want to talk about some of your other businesses, though. You're overall got a great little hustle. You're doing this nail tech thing independently, going out, connecting with people. And what do you do? You go to people's homes, they come to you. How does it work?
So I just pretty much do press-on nails. I haven't got to the whole actually doing the nails yet. I just started off with press-on nails. And I just started that. And the backstory behind that was my auntie. So my auntie, she was a very stylish lady. Like, she always wanted me to do her makeup, her hair, her nails. Like, she was always on it. Whenever I started something new, she was the first person to be like, okay, I need you to do this for me, you know? And I used to do her henna and all that. So she recently passed away October 7th.
I'm sorry
and I had the honors to do her makeup and her hair one last time.
Oh my goodness.
So it was
Hold on. This has got to be a really overwhelming experience.
Yeah, it was so it really drove me insane because I'm like, oh my God, I have to do her makeup, and she just laying
just
here
to touch her and be closer. And this is someone that you were so close to. Was that's not an experience you can really shake off.
Yeah, so they were telling me her makeup was because everybody at the funeral was like, her makeup is astonishing. Like, why don't you do makeup? And I'm like, I'm not a makeup girl. Like, the only thing I do, I'll slap some lashes on, put some lipstick on, and call it a day. I don't do all the other stuff because it's so much to it. So I was like, I don't want to do makeup, but I was like, I'll do nails, So my nail business was named after her, Tammy Wynette Press-Ons.
Oh, wow.
So I named them after her and started doing those and stuff like that.
That's
I was
amazing.
thinking about doing
tribute
makeup.
though, like a thing for her. Yeah,
most definitely. So most definitely. My mom found out, she was crying. She's like, "Oh my God, that's so cute."
It's really nice.
And I'm like, yeah, I just had to do something for my auntie. So those nails are dedicated.
Man.
Those nails are dedicated to her. So whenever y'all buy them nails, just know deep down inside, y'all support it.
When someone passes away and they did something that you admire or you like, I feel like it's your duty to continue that little tradition in your own little way. That's a very cool thing. All right, so as this thing grows for you, you're connecting with people, you're doing nails, you're hosting events out here. Where do you see this going for you? All right, so we're going to take this quick break real quick to highlight our good folks over there at the Kitchen by Baked brand inside the Global Market. They got some of the best food out here in the Twin Cities. One thing you got to know about me, I don't really go to the mainstream spots. I'm all about the little mom and pop, little neighborhood spots that have the best food. Next time you're out there at the Global Market, you got to check out the stuffed turkey leg. They got this butter sauce. We're talking about the best wings in Minnesota. It's happening right now at the Kitchen by Baked brand inside the Global Marketplace, and they're a proud sponsor of Live on Lake Street. Peter Parker! You're hosting events out here. Where do you see this going for you? Where do you want this to go?
I definitely want this to go far. I don't want to just keep hosting in Minneapolis nightclubs. I just don't. That's not the potential goal. The potential goal is start actually promoting, bringing celebrities out, whether it's Minnesota, whether it's Houston, whether it's Cali. I want to be big with this. I just have to have a bigger name for myself because a few people might know me from this and the third. I'm big time in Minnesota. It's just I gotta expand.
Yeah, no, but that we call that. I have a phrase my buddy used to call it localitis. You get so many pats on the back sometimes locally that you don't realize how big the opportunity really could be. And you're like, yo, I'm good. Everybody fucks with me. But then you're like, but what if I really push this?
Yeah.
How big could I make it for all of us? You know what I mean? Because at a point, they kind of push you and say, oh, you're a leader. Oh, we're rocking with you. And it's your job to kind of take it and run it up. So, no, I see you in the podcast space. I see you hosting, doing television, anything with the cameras.
Yeah.
Great personality. If people want to connect with you and they want to maybe get some nail stuff done, how do they reach out on social media?
They can reach out on my Instagram. It's Ladii, but it's spelled Ladii Suge, Suge.
Where'd the Suge thing come from?
That came from my personality. So I just started off with me going off on a Facebook name. I just made my name Suge Knight because I'm fucking with me is Death Row,
Okay.
And I mean that in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying?
She's a big, small person.
I'm it's Death Row over here. You're gonna love it over here. You know what I'm saying? It's Death Row. And then in the bad context, if you fuck with me, I act like Suge when I get mad. So
you're big personality.
Big personality.
Yes,
so
yes.
I just went off by that. I just put that as my Facebook name. And then around, I want to say 2022 in the summertime, I heard this one guy, but I ain't gonna say his name, but this one guy in particular, I will never forget. He Suge. And he's looking dead at me saying it. I looked at my sister. I said, is he calling me Suge? She's like, that's your Facebook name. And I was like, oh.
Because people don't realize whatever your name is on social media, that's your name.
That's what they're going to call you.
That's your name now, right?
That's your name. So then when he started calling me that, everybody started calling me that. That Suge. And I'm like, okay.
That's low key funny though, because
and I went
you're
off
like,
with it. Like I just took it and ran with it ever since. And I'm like, okay, well, my name's Suge then.
All right. So you've been out here also doing the some stuff with the jewelry scene. So like the nails, the hosting, and this jewelry stuff. Talk about the jewelry.
Yeah, so I've been actually my 4-year anniversary for this business actually came up recently, like in December.
You're working.
So yeah, it's been 4 years since I've been doing this, and I started off with waist beads because I remember this around the pandemic time, and I'm like, I need a job. Like, I need something. You know, I want some waist beads. But I couldn't find no waist beads. So I'm like, I can make this shit myself. Fuck it.
Hell yeah.
And everybody was like, oh, my God, those are pretty. Do you sell them? I'm like, no, but I can. Like, it just like a light bulb.
Hell yeah.
It was instant light bulb because, like, I always come up with some type of hustle since I was a little girl. Like, I was selling candy, pop, juice, all of that in school. Like, they had to stop me in an office one time. I was like, are you selling drugs? And I'm like, look at my bag. It's literally candy. And they're like, oh, okay.
Where'd you get that from, that little hustle? Who taught you that?
My mother.
Yeah.
My mother. That
showed you how to get
That
it.
is a hustler right there.
And she pushed you?
Yeah. So she was like looking at her, like she was looking at me like, this little girl is definitely a hustler. She needs it. Like, she's money hungry. So I was like, yeah.
Is she proud of you now? She got
Oh,
it.
most definitely.
She knows
Most
what you're doing. So doing this thing with the jewelry and the nail tech, have you been able to encounter, like, obviously there's people in the nightclub scene and around some celebrities. Have you worked with anybody like that we would know of?
I've definitely made jewelry for a lot of people, and I've also like talked about, I got a few of their numbers too, like, okay, yeah, you know, can make you a bracelet in the future, can make your waist be set, blah blah blah. So
yeah, no, I know we had talked about potentially working with Nick Cannon and people like that. That's cool to see the way that this thing can grow from an idea to getting you up to the point where people on a national circuit, even saying like, yo, let's connect, let's work. I've seen this happen for women from Minnesota, like Coco and Breezy. I don't know if you know who those girls are, what they made the glasses. They used to work at the mall, and then they made it all the way up to making sunglasses for Rihanna and totally lit in the music business right here from Minnesota. There's like a long line of girls that have made stuff happen. Tanea Henry, like, definitely made it happen in the national
and they
scene.
say Minnesota don't move shit. That's crazy.
Well, but this is what I'm saying is I think sometimes the stuff happens under the radar, over here, left to center.
Yeah.
And if you can keep your eye on the whole game, yo, there's a lot of people to be inspired by. And you're definitely one of them. People got to tap in with you. And if they want to connect for the nails, the jewelry, hire you to host a party. You know, we got little events coming up, right, Chief?
Yeah.
We're going to be... One more time on that social media.
It is Ladii Suge, LADII Suge, SUGE.
Most definitely. Tap in live on Lake Street. It's the Mr. Peter Parker Show, and it's a wrap. Big shout to Suge. She's here, and she's bigger than she looks in person. Not really. Little, she's short.
It ain't that I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. I made a few plays off a flip, now I'm on top. I'm Southside Chief, homie, yeah. What you know about it? Lake Street legend CEO, not the co-founder. What you wanna know about me? I'm so churched up, I'm the last man standing, but I went first up. Most hated, they don't say it when I roll up. The things that people say about me, they don't say close up. Check it, I ain't been to the booth in a minute. Niggas hate the fact that I'm winning.
I'm on Lake Street, yo. When you popping in Minnesota, you gotta go check it out. Facts, okay? We gonna be on that joint
live on motherfucking Lake Street, man. Yeah, different.
I don't know how to say it. Say it. Say it.